Good morning. My name is Seafood Dave Charles with here from KAJUKENBO Napoli in Naples, Italy. This video is the next in the series on the principles of fighting. If you've not seen my previous videos, please feel free to browse my channel and take a look. As always, these are my interpretations of what was taught to me, and by no means are they intended to be all-inclusive. I'd invite you to add to them as well as provide your comments and your thoughts down below. I hope you like this video and that you find this content useful. If so, please take a moment now to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started with the principle number 8, the 5 primary techniques. The 5 primary techniques are as follows: a back fist using the leading hand, an inverted close punch, a reverse punch, side kick or round kick using the leading leg, a back or a rear kick. Now, you can increase these and modify them, but the goal is to gain proficiency and be able to call on these techniques as you execute all these principles. After all, they are called primary techniques, and they're not the only techniques. These are good to keep in mind when doing flow drills and to help you to develop muscle memory, and can be combined with principle number 8 in developing your economy of motion as well. Principle number 9 is lead side versus rear side. There are several reasons why you would want to consider using the lead side versus your rear side when initiating an attack. Using the lead side will provide economy of motion or a shortened distance in closing the target. It'll also allow you to bridge the target and bridge the gap much faster than using the rear side, and will also help you to cut out leading centers or the motion that telegraphs to your opponent that a punch or kick is coming. This would probably be why most of your 5 primary techniques are using your leading side. So principle number 10 is economy of motion. As mentioned above, a shorter distance to the target is preferred. We can do this by keeping in mind a straight line versus a curved line, and again, using the lead side versus the rear side. Additionally, we need to concentrate on using a direct angle of attack, which does a couple of things. It economizes our movement, and it also limits the time that we are committed to the attack. Keeping this principle in mind will also help improve on your flow and confuse your opponent, as the attacks will just keep on coming. As you continue to train, always keep in mind what attack may naturally follow based off of your body position and or hand position, considering economy of motion. Principle number 11 is relaxation versus tension. When you're fighting, you need to be in the right psychological mindset. Now, what I mean by that, especially when we're considering this principle, relaxation, is you need to trust in your training and put any fear or anxiety aside. Relaxation is extremely important. Not only will it allow you to think more clearly, but it will also increase your initial velocity or the speed to the target, lessening the amount of time that you are committed to the attack. If you're more relaxed, you'll expend a lot less energy. And you'll also be more deceptive, as you're a lot less likely to provide leading centers and telegraph your movements. Brings us to principle number 12, which is mobility versus immobility. Now, it probably could go without being said, but a moving target is not just more unpredictable, but a lot harder to strike or defend against than a stationary one. We can accomplish this by using our footwork, which includes basic stepping, switch steps, shuffling, hopping, and or creeping. While considering mobility, you need to keep in mind the 8 directions of fighting, as well as the vertical, the horizontal, and the arching directions of movement. Principle number 13 is extension hyperextension, and double hyperextension. As discussed in principle number 2, while engaged with an opponent, it's very important to be mindful of your position with regards to the critical distance line, and especially your own critical distance line, okay, which can be increased if you are effectively able to employ extensions, hyperextensions, and double hyperextensions. This will help you to bridge the gap more efficiently and effectively. However, one should use caution and consider half commitment, full commitment, and extension commitment when using extensions. That is to basically say you're pretty well committed if you're doing a double hyperextension as your grounded foot is sliding across the floor. So keep that in mind. Principle number 14 is leading centers. Okay, now in most of the techniques you use, you should be using independent motion and be attempting to avoid using any leading centers or telegraphing your intended movement. Now, you can, however, also use this principle to set up your opponent and purposely use leading centers to fake your opponent to cause a reaction that you can then take advantage of, or to open up a target. For example, causing him to block, opening up his rib cage before you blast him with a kick to the ribs. Or you can use it to disrupt or break your own rhythm to make yourself more unpredictable. Now, we've covered briefly principles number 8 through 14. I hope that you enjoyed today's short video and that you're able to incorporate these principles in your training and that they will provide you some benefit in your martial arts journey. If so, please take a moment to like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, your comments and feedback are not only welcome, but I encourage it. I thank you for your support. Keep training. Until next time, mahalo.